analysis on the tripartite 4, analysis of the tripartite document, and I was going through the recommendations. I just want to do the recommendation, go through how the document is formatted and the fact of this document, how you for look at them, how you for read them, which is say from a legal perspective. Okay, now they put recommendation 29. Now they talk about the Sierra Leone police. Now the next recommendation, then talk about say them for provided with necessary funding. Then police were underfunded for monitor elections. Then 2 police for undergo training, so they go understand the electoral process. They no go just see you na morning then send any police na polling center we no understand the electoral process, how the process they go. I don't experience that way. One police officer asked one of the party agents for step outside and he left the boxes unattended. Some of them don't know the importance of a party agent for the inside the room. Now they say they for go undergo adequate training on that. Now they say the Code of Conduct Regulation 33 of PPRC has to be revised. Then you can now to recommendation 34. We they say for amend section 43 and 87 of the Constitution of Sierra Leone for make them provide a fixed date for presidential and parliamentary elections, for make it be the last Saturday of March, April or May in every 5th year, like how the Liberians and they do them. So you know get for put a date where the president feel you get for get a fixed date now, say when the 5 year done, the May or in May, April, March, any date we choose. Let's say we choose, say, let it be May, the last 5 year, because you can't have it in June. Rains then don't begin. Let's say the last Saturday of May, fixed. Now India for be Sierra Leone election. So that time the idea say the date of the election, like section 38(4) of the Sierra Leone Constitution, where they can rely on for bring the proportional representation, not therefore affect get place now, yeah, for say a date has been set and there is no limited time for delimit the there is no enough time to delimit the country, therefore we shall revert to proportional representation. If we get a fixed date now for elections, then not therefore say there is no a date has been set, then don't know now when the date has been set. So this also is a good recommendation. Now they go to appointment of commission, electoral commissioner, and they say let them recommend for amend section 32 for let EBC Public Elections Act section 34. All these amendments for let commissioner them not be from the region Usai you come out, you get for be power pass you come out from that region. They put section 38(4) for let they amend them back for let EBC census. The census to be used for electoral purposes, only census result for electoral purposes, and also then for put amend section 38(5) of the Sierra Leone Constitution as well. Now digital rights is another thematic area where they recommend in the page 37, and they recommend page 40, recommendation 40. Then forget consultation process of drafting relevant legislations. We get for do it election. Then section 41, the Electoral Commissioner should send all observer reports received to Parliamentary Oversight Committee. Then section 42, also they say that for mandates, for the political party liaison committee, we me and Dr. Richard Conte and others may they attend for be now a permanent law rule for maker every month, and it for be more effective. Now recommendation 43 also they say it just goes to how for review the policies them on elections, how for Gazette 52B, the Public Election Act be amended to stipulate that publication must be in the Gazette website and distributed to registered political parties. So when they call results now, then get for publish them and make sure see them publish in a manner that is befitting to everybody with the ensure transparency and for public Gazette. Now you go to a qualification for voting and candidacy within a recommendation 45. They say for revised section 17 of the Public Election Act, we disqualify all persons who are serving a sentence of imprisonment from voting. For amender, they want to give rights to prisoners here. Now they look at disqualification of public officers. Then they see section recommendation 46. The committee for amend to section 76.1 for make it be say 76.1b of the Sierra Leone Constitution, we say if for resign 6-month deadline for public officers seeking elected office, then they can say the 1-year resignation is too far. So then for reduce them, it was a public debate in Parliament when they pass this act also. Somebody bring that issue up. Now, then go back to recommendation 47, which is very important for those of us in the diaspora. We then decry all these years, section 76.1a, then say them for amend them, and section 43.2 for make them give people them we get dual citizenship the right for contest election as alone, because let them not disqualify them, for let them nominate them as members of parliament for make parliament this time around. Then don't recommend them to the president again for make sure see they enact an parliament, okay, because this thing don't become a very turning issue. Now we go to recommendation 48. We then say let they also allow independent candidates to be nominated for presidential elections. Now we take you to the next recommendation 49. They say if in the event a presidential candidate they on trial for criminal charges with the state now a party 1 year prior to the election, they say that trial they then for suspend until that 1 year day after the elections, then they can go. So they need for pass a law we go make sure say this particular scenario where Dr. Samura been the face he get for go na court while the opponents they campaign, get for enact law we say 1 year to the election, then for keep the case for stay after the elections. The precedent has been set to the in the US lately when the Supreme Court rule say Donald Trump should be immunized from prosecution pending the elections. Now recommendation 50, they say people with disability and young people for up to 5% of for make up to the 5% of public elective offices, therefore appoint young people and disabled. And then they say back section 50 the same recommendation say may they amend the law back for make sure say we people then they disable young people to the age of 35, and with people with disability will only be required to pay half of the nomination fees. This back is a very good recommendation. Now in case you want contest for symbol, you na disabled, you na young person with below 35, they recommend say you know for pay full of your nomination fee, for pay half of them, okay. Now they say for make a constitutional amendment for presidential election for make they only go first round if they obtain 50% plus 1 vote of the total valid vote cast, okay. Now then talk about the voter registration within a recommendation 54, 55, and then public election for require the duplication process for be more transparent. It's equity recommendation 58. Now nomination issues recommendation 59, and say for amend the Public Election Act for lay align with section 42.2 of the Constitution, so that institution where a political party presidential candidate is disqualified before election, that party they then forgive them 7 days for nominate a new candidate, okay. Now they also say for 61, that's access to polling station, for make them visible the polling station, you take it to 62, and also for amend the Public Elections Act for make them put let them more transparent and open to registered political parties, okay. Now missing ballot papers also day 63. They recommend campaign issues 64 for the term we then give for campaign, they say it's short for recommend them. And also 66 they recommend say PPRC for regulate political party acts from campaign financing for like will be more clear about how for spend, who then can spend them boku money and then campaign. Then you go back to 67, and then 68 tell me about disputes arising the first round. They say when election they not vote first round, if candidates if they not pull the required votes and therefore do second rounds, then forgive the people that will vote 3 days for make them petition the elections. If petition no dey, then the Chief Justice go now advise the Electoral Commissioner say nobody no petition no within these 3 days. So therefore, a rerun of the election get for happen in 14 days. You no go just declare a rerun without auditing or giving chance make them petition that election. That is recommendation 68. Recommendation 69 say when dem don vote done, dem don declare president elect, make dem not swear am in as president yet. Let dem give 7 days window to the Chief Justice, make he entertain petition. If 7 days come, petition not take place, then the Chief Justice will now advise the Electoral Commissioner say in declaration stand, and they go ahead and swear in the new president as president. This is the whole area of debate. There are pros and cons, advantage and disadvantage, but I'm not going to comment that at this stage. Now it take me now to recommendation 70, 71, where they talk about all the political parties act for amendment for let limit the rights to object to an alteration to the registered member of a political party, you know. And then 72, all the conduct of political parties. Then you go to electoral securities, they put on 71, 73 and 74, and then also 76 for amend the Independent Media Commission, and 77 for make the SLBC be more transformed and independent and make them get autonomy and let them give political parties more time. So 78 also when they get the process for choosing a voting system for parliament and local council, which I find very unreasonable. We should not even engage in this debate. Then they say we forget a public debate on the mode of election, when the people of Sierra Leone were very clear in the 90s when they say they prefer a first past the post. So they want still for usher in the proportional representation, because they know say it's more prone to rigging than the first past the post. We're more transparent with the count by constituencies. We know who that win by constituency. So now they want lorry into a national debate on this issue. It's also embedded in the constitutional reforms. Our position is clear as a political party within inside the constitution. In fact, if there should be a change, I would suggest say if for be entrenched in page 13, section 135, among the entrenched clauses then we not for tamper with now it's your own constitution. If all there should be a change for protect that particular provision there. Now we go to 79, recommendation 79, where they say the committee recognizes the need for early and diaspora voting. So they say for let them vote. The committee say let the diaspora votes. Then the final recommendation 80, it reads that the final report be tabled in cabinet, and that the cabinet develop a cabinet paper to guide governments of Sierra Leone implementation, including legislative reforms as required. Now they say parties call upon development partners and other international organizations to provide technical and financial assistance for implementation. Now, it is very important for let in a no say at this juncture. I just communicate what is in the document. I tell you, say there is nowhere in the document we see there has to be a rerun. It was not recommended, and I am not surprised, because mandate 4, when we see that, I saw this tripartite, and I was not alone. We express concern. We party legal advisor Wena Africano Sise raise concern, say how can you say if during the course of its examination, that mandate 4 we then get the tripartite committee, if during the course of its examination the committee determines that certain persons or group or institution bear responsibility for election malpractices, they shall report to the president. We were of the notion that it should be subjected to a competent jurisdiction. I mean, there is already a crime under the Public Elections Act, Part 8, Part 10, Part 12, will criminalize anybody who tamper with election for go prison. So why, if they find out, they no be say it should be subject to a competent jurisdiction, and if them put and say it's subject to a competent jurisdiction, it be for giving a legal footing. Now when we go into money, we all agree say, I mean, when they go into money, I wasn't there because I was very peeved over the whole thing first, but I therefore follow the consensus. Then they communicate to us, say, Unabia, let us accept this tripartite. Along the line, then will produce results. When they force them for produce this results, we will make our case. The international community will pressurize them, let them publish results, and then we will make our case, and then they will take we to a legal footing. So now not worry about that provision. We bought it. When they say political party, sometimes you get for concede to other people. You know, see inside this thing they take away. Halfway, me personally, I not see the result come out. I made audio where some of you criticize me. I said, listen, if the result not come out, let us pause this thing. They not comply until when they almost finish. Now they say, wait till I make say perhaps not true. Let us step out. Well, during that step out, they did as this international community will be promised. I just want to tell you the double standards of the international community. They earlier on said they are going to support this process and make sure say they bring in justice or give justice to who side it belong. Now, why they no sign when we members of the tripartite say let them recommend among these 80 recommendations say there has to be a rerun and it has to be superintended by ECOWAS. They say no, there is no evidence for support that. They say okay, we don't make we case, we don't give the RRF forms. Let us bring the result. They say okay, rise to ECSL. The committee, we don't member of the tripartite. They say okay, we don't write to the committee, but ECSL say all the tripartite members for sign. SLPP representatives then say they know they sign. Now, why the international community not sign along with the APC? Because they have already seen the ECOWAS report, European Union report, Qatar Center, all point towards the inconsistencies and the lack of accountability of the result. So why the international community not stand by we side at that point for let the request? Because if they be signed with we, ECSL will for compel for giving those evidence we need for support we case, let them for include under the tripartite recommendations. Instead they choose not for do am. You know, it's sad, guys. At this juncture, you make the decision, but in my opinion, the APC, this is what you get when you have members of your party will not unite. Some people then they pull, some people then they push. So I think at this juncture, we forget the stark reality, say it is over and we should move on. Let nobody not come to me and tell me otherwise, because I can read and write. Now make I say, when you want to report me, go to the documents and get back to me. My name is Ahmed Sise, Senior Operative of the APC.
Plenty thank you wey you don take your time for listening. No forget for tell me all what you think down in the comment section. No forget for like, share, subscribe and stay tuned to Salon updates for more.